Hi everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing this black satin training corset made by Love of Corsets. So here is the front, the side, the back, and the other side. The center front of this corset is 13 inches high. The center back here is 12 inches high. The side seam here is about 9.5 inches, and if you want to be able to wear this corset and sit down comfortably, then your torso length from under the breast to the top of the lap should be at least 10 inches long. Right now I'm wearing their standard size 24, and it has an underbust measurement of 28 and a high hip measurement of 32, which is fairly consistent with the gap that I have in the back here, because my natural ribcage measurement is about 30 to 31 inches, so I have about a 2 to 3 inch gap here at the top, and my high hip measurement is about 33 right now, so I have about 1 inch gap at the bottom. The silhouette of this corset is definitely modern slim, so if you are a naturally very curvy person, say you have a natural hip spring of about 10 inches, then you might want to consider a curvier style corset. But if you are more of an apple shape and you have a larger tummy, especially combined with a bit of a smaller rib cage, then this corset would actually do well to help smooth and flatten your tummy underneath clothing. So here is the Love of Corsets underbust laid flat, and for the materials of this, two main layers. The fashion fabric is this polyester base black satin, and the inside strength layer is made from 100% black cotton twill. For the pattern in construction, this is made from a 5-panel pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see that the panel shapes are fairly straightforward, going fairly vertically. And for the construction, it is done with the welt seam method and double boned on the seams here. Pulling this corset taut and trying to feel between the layers, I believe that there is no waist tape in this corset. The binding used in this corset is made from this commercial soft black satin bias binding, and it's machine stitched on the outside and also on the inside here. You can see that there's a slight top stitch on the inside and the outside actually, and it has 4 garter tabs in this corset, 2 on each side. Additionally, there is a hanging loop at the top of each side of the corset, so you can just store this by hanging it on a hanger if you wish. The Modesty panel in this corset is about 5.5 inches wide, so it would cover a gap of up to about 4 inches wide. You can see that it's unstiffened. It has 2 layers, the matching black satin fashion fabric on the outside and the black twill on the inside here, and it is anchored to one side of the corset. So once again, if you don't like Modesty panels, just take your seam ripper and remove that seam and the Modesty panel should pop right out. There's also a 1 inch wide Modesty placket in the front of the corset here, also made in matching black satin, just extending from the knob side of the busk. And speaking of the busk, this one is 12 inches long and it has 6 loops and pins equidistantly spaced. It is 1/2 inch wide on each side, so it's pretty much a standard flexible busk, although it is a little bit more stiff and sturdy compared to some other flexible busks I've tried from other corsets. There are 20 bones in this corset, 10 on each side, not including the center front busk here. So you can see that it's double boned on the seams, and you can see that they all attract very strongly to the magnet actually. So you can see here 2, 4, 6, 8. These are 1/4 inch wide spiral steel bones. And then sandwiching the grommets at the back here are 2 1/4 inch wide flat steel bones. So that makes a total of 10 on each side for a total of 20. Here's a close-up of the grommets. There are a total of 18 of them, 9 on each side. You can see that they are size 00, finished in silver. They have a small to medium flange around them, set equidistantly, a little bit more than 1 inch apart, and I don't see any damage or fraying of the material around these grommets yet. And here you can see the underside where all of them contain a small washer. These seem to have, for the most part, rolled really nicely. I see very few splits, and those splits don't really catch on the laces, so I don't have any problem with them. And once again, I don't see any damage of the fabric around the waistline or anything. The laces here are 1/4 inch wide, black flat, braided, I believe nylon or polyester based laces here. Very difficult to actually break. They do have a little bit of spring to them, but they glide well through the grommets and they hold the bows nicely, so they do their job. The Love of Corsets black satin trainer is currently sold exclusively through Amazon, and it is available in closed waist sizes from 20 inches up to 32 inches. Right now it's sold for $60, and this includes free shipping and also a free set of stockings from Love of Corsets. And this concludes my review of the black satin trainer Underbust by Love of Corsets. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. If you did, please remember to click that like button down there. And if you have any comments or questions about this corset or Love of Corsets in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions or forward your questions over to Love of Corsets. And I will see you in a few days for the next video, which might be a hair video. So I'll see you then. Bye.